Hey everyone, welcome back. Deft here. So like I said before in the last episode, we're going to go ahead and jump right off into this and get started on setting up our crafting station here to make metal. Or not setting it up rather, but we're actually going to go over how to make metal. So first things first, like I said, you're going to need a bloomery. You're going to need to also have a coal maker right here. So you can see this is a pyre. It takes, I think, 40 pieces of firewood off the top of my head. Once it's done burning, then you can unearth it and you'll have access to a bunch of coal. So then you can hit open storage and you'll see all the coal here. We should have plenty already. Once you have your coal, you can store some in your warehouse. You can store some right here too in the bloomery itself. So we have coal storage here. See, it says there's nothing to take, but I'm pretty sure I filled this up before. Check our furnace. Furnace, we have 3 pieces of iron ore in here currently. We've got a couple pieces on us. We also have some stored right here in the actual iron storage. And then our mine has some outside of it. And then our warehouse, I can show that really quick since we were talking about it last episode. It's now quite full. So we've got somebody gathering once more. We're currently up to day 24. We're sitting at 12 villagers. I need to get a few more, but we don't have any more housing space. So they went ahead and they built the chieftain house. Our other 2 houses are pretty full. I could probably squeeze 2 more beds into each one of them, but instead I think we're just going to go straight to metal, and then once we get the metal made, we'll go into the longhouse. Anyways, so over here, this is the warehouse once you have storage in it. So you can see we have coal storage here. You're going to want to have extra coal just so you can keep making stuff, and firewood and everything else, sticks, a bunch of other nonsense like the Jotun blood. Right here we have a bunch of fish. Then we have a bunch of meat hunks. Next to that, here we have 2 cooked food storages. We're still trying to get those filled up. I don't know what my warehouse worker, my cook, are doing right now. But like I said, with the 12 villagers, pretty much we have one person doing a little bit of everything. And then here you can just see we have a bunch of stuff going on. We also have a bunch of arrows just because we have 1 archer now. So I currently have 2 melee fighters. They're fully geared for what we can currently make. Our archer is not geared yet, but we'll get to them as soon as we can. What does he want? I guess he's just trying to hang out. Our settlement's doing pretty well. Most of our guys are getting happier. We're sitting at about 50-ish on a lot of them. So I can live with that. The fighters are all at about 100, so that's not a big deal. We still need to do the carpentry building, so we'll get into that soon with the hardwoods. And that's the other thing I guess I need to cover. So once you have all your storages made up and you have enough room for everything and your mine's opened, you've gathered a bunch of ore, you've got a bunch of coal ready to go, make sure that you've gone ahead and built you another one of these workshop huts and then added onto it with this little hut here, the little this little hut here. This is what's going to allow us to make metal. So we actually need to fill this up with water. This is our water trough so that you can quench your hot iron while you're crafting. And then here again we have more storages. So once you've made some metal, you can bring it over here and you can store it in this basket, or it's called bloom. I don't know why I keep calling it metal. Once you've made some blooms, bring them over here, store them in the basket. I'd probably just go ahead and fill it up. It won't take but a second. Store you some coal because you'll need coal in order to activate the forge. And then once you've started crafting, which we'll go over in a second, on the anvil right here, once that craft is done, you'll then quench it. Then you'll take it from the quenching, and then you can just put it here in your iron produce stock unless you go ahead and craft it immediately. Again, make sure you have a lot of hammers or sticks floating about. So we've got a worker in here. He should be making us stuff as we need it. We'll go ahead and take this semi-broken hammer. That way he'll make us another one. We've got ahead and assigned him a bunch of tasks. So if you want to assign your guys tasks, just look at the building, press T. Come to the middle right here, that's tasks. And then you can assign them whatever you want. So like you can see, he's making 2 wooden rakes. He's making 2 simple torches, 50 arrows, large stone axes, just a little bit of everything just to keep us moving. And I had him making us road makers. We don't really need those anymore. We've kind of got ahead, and while I was off camera and had some time to kill but I couldn't record, I went ahead and turned this whole area into a road so that our stamina lasts longer, so I can run around faster and get more done. So if we look at our map now, you can see the road all the way down to the fisherman's been done. This whole area we can run on, so if we need a kite or something, we should have plenty of stamina. Getting a little long-winded here, guys. Sorry, I'm just trying to follow up with the series so far. Just gonna drink us a little bit of water. And then we'll come into here. So we're blacksmith level 0. I haven't done any crafting just because I wanted to show it and let you see. Once you level up in blacksmithing, it gets a lot easier. So first, like I said, go to your furnace. Make sure you have, I don't know, 3 to 5 pieces of iron ore in it. Put all the coal in there that will fit. Then you're going to go ahead and ignite the furnace. All right, firekeeping went up. That's nice. Once the furnace is lit, come over here to the bellows, press E, and then you're going to try to pump them until you see this arrow. And for the temperature, get in between those 2 white lines. I'll try to keep mine towards the top line just to be safe. Now this can take a lot of stamina, so make sure you're well fed and that your stats are high. And then you'll see that there's 3 pieces of iron ore showing up on the screen. And right there, like when you see it check off, that means it's passed, I guess, muster. So it's doing well. And we just gained blacksmith level 1. So you should get the first couple of blacksmithing levels to like 16 or so pretty fast. So the second piece is done. Working on the third piece now. I guess I could have gone ahead and done 5. Hopefully we do okay with 3. And the third one's done. So go ahead and press R to cancel. Let's put our fire out so we don't waste our coal. And then once the, well, you have to put the fire out anyways. Then once the fire is out, go ahead and remove the bloom block. So there's a block. So while it's still hot, which I believe is the yellow bar below it, go ahead and press E to hit it with your hammer. And blacksmith just went up to 2. So the goal right here, if you see the little, let me see if I can zoom in. So you see the little black rocks on top of the metal? You're going to try to get all those off. So right now it's making that tink sound. Go ahead and flip it. And you can flip it by pressing R or T. And then go back to smacking it until it does it again. And you want to be kind of quick here because it will cool off. And then you can get slag. And you don't want slag. As far as I know, slag can't be used for anything currently. So we're just going to beat on this until we get all of the R rotations done, and then we'll rotate using T. So R rotates to the right, T rotates it forward. And like I said, I'm pretty sure that yellow bar is like showing how much it's cooling off, and once it cools off, then you'll get slag. Right, so all those sides are done. Let's go ahead and flip it with a T, as in tango. And one more side, and I think we should be good to go. Right, and once it does that sound, and it looks clean like this, go ahead and press T to open storage on it. And you can see that we get 3 pieces of iron bloom. Let's go ahead and take those. And then we can store those here for now until we get done. I'm going to go ahead and fill this basket up and maybe the other basket so we have enough to make the items that we need. I think we need around 20 pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and get to work on that. We'll grab some food and water. And then, like I said, once I get all that moved over to our metalsmith shop and everything filled up, then we'll come back into the video. And I'll go over how to make some of our first iron tools. And our first iron weapon technically will be the one-handed axe, but we're going to use it to chop down birch trees. So I'll see you guys in a second once I get to that point. I guess I should have said this because I think I said hold E, but you're actually going to be holding E and then releasing to maintain the temperature. Plus, while you're pumping it up to get to the original range that we're currently in, you're going to have to like hold E until it won't go down anymore and until the heat level or temperature isn't rising. And then you have to just, you're literally going to be pumping it. So you're going to hold E, release until you get to where you want it. And then you just play and toggle it until you get done with all. So like right now we're making 5 more pieces of bloom. All right, and once you guys have all of your metal stuff that you can make all your iron blooms, come back to your metal shop over here, your little metal add-on. Make sure you've got some coal ready to go. And what you can do on these buildings too, because I figured out what was finally going on with all my coal, is my warehouse guy was coming and grabbing it to store it. So I had to turn off the whitelist. So if you come to your building management by hitting T, as in tango, come to the last tab over. I'm going to mark this so it doesn't show again. And you can use whitelist on and whitelist off, and then that allows them to, the workers to come in or not come in. And then you can add specific ones. If you say you have a crafter, but you don't want your warehouse guy coming in, you can add your crafter, but then remove the warehouse guy. Anyway, so once that's done, then he can't come here and steal all your stuff if you're storing it up. Alright, let's go ahead and get started with this. So now that we're in the metal shop, we need to go to the forge. We need to hit T to inspect it. We need to add fuel to it, or we need to add metal to it rather. So we'll just go ahead and add 6 pieces for now. We can do 9, but we'll just start with 6. And then you can add fuel to it by pressing R. It's currently full. It's at 133%. And you add fuel to it just like you do a campfire by looking at it. For that though, let's go ahead and go over what we need to make. So if we come to our crafting table, in here you can see all your recipes. You know, scroll down to see more recipes. At the very bottom down here, that's going to be like your large stuff and your weapons. We're not going to do weapons yet because you can't make them until you get your carpentry stuff going. So the first thing I'm going to make, like I said, is going to be the crude iron axe. It's a one-handed axe. It's going to take a stick and a small iron axe head. And then we also need to make the iron draw knife. The iron draw knife is going to take 2 pieces of rope, 1 stick, and 1 iron knife blade. So then let's come back over here to our forge. Let's go ahead and hold E to ignite it. Once it's lit, you can then see where you can add coal to it by pressing R. And then press T, come into here, watch the stuff cook. Like I said, we could go ahead and do the other 3, but I'm just going to do the 6 for now. Once you see them change color to this orangish red color, then come over here to your anvil, and then hold E to craft, or press E. And then in here you can see your different things. So like I said, we need a small axe head, or small iron axe head, and we need an iron knife blade. If you click on it, it tells you what the cost is. So the iron knife blade is going to cost us 3 hot iron blooms. Let's go ahead and hit begin. And it's the same small crafting game as if you were making your iron blooms. So just hold E to hit it with a hammer until you hear it make the tink sound, and then press R to rotate it. Hold E again, and you're going to keep doing this until it's completely clean. And you should see it pop up right there where it says E to hit it with your hammer and R to rotate. You'll eventually see it pop up to, do you want to send the item to quenching? And that's when you know you're done with it. So now you can see it says T, send to quenching, so we're going to press T. And then it went over here, it used one water that we put in the watering trough, and then our metal item is in there. Let's go ahead and hold E to, or press E again to craft. And then let's go ahead and find our small iron axe head. That's going to take 4, so we need to actually let's add some fuel to this really quick. And then we'll inspect it again, we'll throw another piece on there and get it cooking so that we get 4 pieces. And I guess we can go ahead and add some more to it because we need to make some nails too so we can build our buildings that we need. Might as well just add all of it because I'm out of storage for the blooms themselves. Right, now that it's all hot, let's go ahead and start crafting and choose our recipe. So we'll do the small iron axe head. And we'll hit begin, and it's the same thing, same minigame. And once it's done, go ahead and send that to quenching. And then we'll press E again to craft once more. Let's go ahead and make us some nails. We get 5 nails per craft. It's going to take 1 hot iron bloom. Let's go ahead and hit begin. These usually go pretty fast. T to send that to quenching. Make sure you check and make sure you still have water. Let's go ahead and fill it up with our canteen or flask, whatever you want to call it. Check your fuel, make sure it's staying hot. We have 4 pieces left. Let's go ahead and make, see, we could make the large iron axe head. Well, that's going to take 6. I guess we can go ahead and make just a bunch of nails so that we can build what we need to build. Alright, those are complete. Send those to quenching. And then let's look at our quenching and make sure it's not getting full. So this can hold 4 items, or 4 large items, or medium. And then it can hold 5 like nails. So let's go ahead and pull those out. And then like I said, we have the storage here, so we can press R to deposit or T to open it. And we can just store our iron knife blade there. We can store our iron axe head there. And then I'm going to go ahead and finish crafting all these that we have left into nails. Alright, next I'm going to go ahead and prep us for the 2-handed axe and for a 2-handed sword, just so we can get a better weapon. So if you scroll down here to the bottom, you can see there's a crude iron sword. That's going to be the 1-handed sword. And then you have the crude 2-handed iron sword. And that's what we're going to want to make. It's going to take 1 nail, 1 large iron blade, 2 wooden shafts. And that's going to be from hardwood. And then 6 leather scraps. And then to make the large crude iron axe, which is up here because it's a tool, it's going to take 1 nail, 1 large iron axe head, so we're going to make that, and then it's going to take some hardwood for the wood shaft. So like I said, we're just prepping this so that we'll have it ready. Go ahead and make sure our fuel is good. And we're going to craft, come into here, and then you have the large iron blade right here. Let's go ahead and begin that. It's going to take 6 pieces of the hot iron bloom. And then just beat it on it with the hammer until it's ready to quench. Once that's done, go ahead and send it over so it cools off. The large iron axe head's going to take 3 pieces as well, so we're going to have to grab some more of our iron bloom. Let's go run across back over here. We'll have some more stored. Over here, we're going to grab some water too, so we can fill the watering trough back up. It's also a good time to grab another hammer if you don't have enough. And let's come back in here to our crafting menu. Go ahead and grab our large iron axe head, and forgot we need to heat some more of these up. Let's go ahead and put 3 on there. Again, making sure you still have enough fuel on it to go ahead and start crafting. So let's grab that large axe head. And we'll begin crafting it. I'll have to make more iron blooms if I want to make some more stuff. I would like to get another 2-handed sword ready to go just so I can put one on the NPC. Alright, and that's done. Let's go ahead and quench it. And then we're going to extinguish the fire. If you can't say extinguish, just give it a second. Sometimes it takes a second. But as far as other things on here goes, we had the iron knife blade, we have the iron plate for getting into armor, we have the iron bar. Then we can make iron heads for hammers. We can make the pickaxes. All this stuff has a lot more durability and does a lot more damage than what you've been using, so you definitely want to get to this as fast as you can. So then there's like the large iron pickaxe head too. And then we have the small iron blade, and that's to make 1-handed sword. Let's see, our fisherman's hut is under attack by a wolf. Let's go ahead and run down there really quick and dispatch that guy. Alright, so we're going to go into our storage in the trough right here, grab our large iron blade and our large iron axe head. Let's go ahead and store them. And from there we can grab our knife blade and then our small axe head. And let's see about crafting these. We'll come back over here to this crafting station. I think I have enough materials. So crude iron axe, that's going to be the first thing we make. Let's go ahead and craft it. And then next to that, the iron draw knife. We can craft it. We're not going to be able to use it just yet, but soon we will. So So with those new items, now we should be able to complete our carpenter add-on. That's part of this workshop. So what it needs is 4 logs from hardwood trees and 4 long sticks from hardwood trees. So you can see this tree right here. Let's get our one-handed axe out. We should be able to use it on here. And then we'll just harvest this really quick. So this is a birch tree. And it's just like the other trees. Go ahead and just harvest it once it's fallen down. And then it's going to drop us the same materials we've been getting. It'll drop sticks and bark, but then it drops hardwood logs. So let's go ahead and add those. And then we're going to need to get one more, so let's find the closest one to us, which looks like right here. Now, if you're living on the beach and you have the giant willow trees, you won't be able to cut those down until you get the larger axe. But we're going to go knock down 2 or 3 of these just so our builders have access to them. Of course, we got another wolf. Let's go ahead and knock him out. Nice and easy. I always harvest these myself just to get my skinning level up and so we can get the skins to take back to our drying rack. I just leave the meat though because the hunter will come and pick up the meat later. So now our carpenter building is ready to build. Let's go ahead and knock it out. And we now have the next add-on to this building. So it comes with a bunch of storage right here once we start making things, or we assign somebody over here to make stuff for us. Let's see what this guy wants. So he needs bone fragments so he can make more arrows for everybody. Wait, is he unhappy? No, he's doing okay. The hunter should get some more bone stuff for him soon. We'll go over this in the next episode, though, of how to actually use this station. I'm not going to do it in this one. I want to keep this episode mostly strictly focused on crafting metal. But now that we have our axe and everything, we have a lot more buildings and things available to us as far as what we can actually complete. So if we come into housing here, you can see the Longhouse is unlocked now. It's going to take a lot of these wood shafts, wood beams, wood posts, and there's different ways to build these. We'll go over all the different methods. Let's see, we have wood planks, large stones, small stone, iron nails, rope, and 25 pieces of thatch. So we can go ahead and lay one of these down. Like I said, I'm going to get some more NPCs in here so we can get them assigned to these different buildings and working. I'd like to get the kennel up in the next episode as well. So we might start with the kennel and then go into the hardwoods. Now I was wanting to put the Longhouse here. Hopefully it's not too big. So we'll go ahead and lay it out really quick so they can start working on it. It's going to kind of block the road, but I'm okay with that. Let's see, we'll set it off right here. Oh, now I can go back a little bit further. That way it's not exactly in the way of everything. We'll let the builders take care of that. But the most important thing that we're going to want to build next, just to make life easier, is we're going to want to come over here to the warehouse tab. And where we found the sled before, we now have the cart. Again, that's going to take wood shafts, wood planks, wood beams, and nails. And this is going to make life a lot easier. We're just going to set it over here now. It'll allow us to haul a lot more of the large items. Let me see. I'll put it like right here so it's out of the way. We'll go ahead and add the nails to it since we have them on us. But this can, I think, if I remember correctly, it allows us to carry 6 large items. From there, though, you need to make a note. The next thing we need to do is I'm going to upgrade this building. Well, it's not the next thing we're going to do. First, we're going to start by making a bunch of hardwood stuff. But if we look at this, it now allows us to upgrade it to the workshop house. And again, that's going to take wood shafts, wood posts, wood beams, and a lot of the higher level stuff from the hardwoods. And this is going to allow us to craft a lot more items and different weapons and armor. So once we get to that, we should be in really good shape. But we do need to get our crafting levels and stuff up so that we can actually make the the higher level gear. But beyond that, I think we've unlocked a few more recipes too. So let's take a look really fast. So we still have all these things that we haven't built yet, but that's just to customize our house. Right here on the anchor, we can do the boat builder now, so we can build boats. So it constructs rowboats made of hardwood and nails. Allows you to send fishermen out to sea from the fisherman's house, and you can be used to explore shallow waters. See, it has no storage space and only one villager can use it at a time. Again, that's going to take a bunch of hardwood, nails, and a lot of thatch. But I want to say with this, we can now get into building our more expensive walls. So like we have the plank wall and the short plank wall. So if we click on that, it's going to take wood beams, wood planks, long sticks, and then a bunch of nails, or 2 nails per wall. And it's not very big, so the wall's kind of small. So it's going to take a while to surround the whole village in this, but it'll keep our people safe. So we're going to work towards that as well, which is why I want to get somebody assigned to where they can actually make all the wood for us, because it's really time consuming. And then we're probably going to end up building another warehouse so that we can build the hardwood storages so that they have a place to put it, so it's not just maxing out. And then we'll have to make better axes for our loggers and stuff too, so they can get some of the more advanced woods. And I believe, if I haven't made it this far in my other playthrough, I'm pretty much caught up to where I'm at on it. But we can come over here to like our woodcutter's hut, and you can do it on all the gathering huts and stuff too, like the stonecutter's hut. And we can upgrade these now to the woodcutter's house. So that's going to give it more hit points, more durability, so that the storms and stuff won't damage it as bad. But typically that adds on extra storages too. But again, that's going to take a ton of hardwood. So we're definitely going to have to cut down a bunch of these trees. But with that, guys, I think we're going to call it quits on this episode. On the next one, like I said, we'll go over the Longhouse once it's complete, if we get that far, because like I said, it's going to take a long time getting hardwood. When you're wanting to do the hardwood and get started and all that, you definitely, like I said before, you want to get your cart up and running. And we'll, if I can remember, we'll start off with the kennel, and we'll go ahead and capture us a pup. And it looks like we're going to have to feed it right here. It says put raw meat, but we'll go over that once I figure out how it works. So I'll probably go ahead and capture one myself, and then we'll go over how to get them and set them up. I do want to build some more barracks, get some more NPCs going, which is why we're working towards the Longhouse. And then we'll also be upgrading the workshop to its next tier so I can show you the more advanced armors and weapons. So as always, if you enjoyed this content, be sure to like and subscribe button. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments below and I'll get back to those as fast as I can. And as always, guys, thanks for watching, thanks for hanging out. I'll see you next time.